Hey there, I hope you're a guy. I can't even speak today. It's so funny. I was just teaching my class, Business Academy. I was talking about perfection is a form of procrastination. I just got back from Mexico and lots of stuff going on in my life. And I was thinking, what is something I can do to add value to all of you who show up every week on this fan page expecting to learn something, to grow. And one of my students, Jody, had asked, what are the tips to really creating a great video or doing a great CTA, which is a call to action? So I'm going to teach you guys today something that the greatest stage salespeople in the world use, people who are selling millions of dollars from stage, or people who are crushing it with their videos. And it's a 4-step process, or process, depending where you live. In NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, I'm a certified neuro-linguistic programming coach and trainer. We call it the perfect presentation formula. And I am doing much love to my students. We just finished our Business Academy class. We did 10 sessions. It was accelerated. Now they are having a contest, a funnel building contest. They can win $500. So they have a week to finish up. They have 24 hours to finish that up, and then they're going to submit that, and that's going to be fun. We're announcing the winner next Monday. If you want to show up and check it out, I'll send you the link. It is going to be Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday, April 9th. So check it out. So with that, I want you to grab a pen or pencil. This is going to be super brief today, but it is something that can change your life, especially if you're doing a lot of Facebook Lives, if you're doing videos, if you're making funnels, and it really shifts the dialogue. So the first aspect is that when we're creating something that we're going to put out in the world, we have to know who we're talking to. And in the world of marketing, we call this your avatar. So your avatar is your ideal customer. And what is it you know about them? How old are they? How much money do they make? What's their education? Do they have a religious preference? Do they have kids? Do they have no kids? Do they go to college or not go to college? The reason you have to know this is because you have to know whose attention you're trying to get. And what I see a lot of the time for amateurs is that, as Frank Kern says, if you try and sell to everyone, you end up selling to no one, is they're putting a lot of stuff out there and it's not necessarily relatable to the person that it is you want to do business with. So knowing who your avatar is really important. And the reason is, in order to use this formula, you have to be having that dialogue. So the first step in the formula is this: what are the universal pain points that your avatar can relate to? So universal pain points. So if, let's say, I was really wanting to work with women who are my age, I'm 45 years old. I know I look good. No, I'm just kidding. Women who are in their 40s, who have kids, who have a college education, household income, 6 figures and above. If I want to work with them, I have to know what their pain points are. So maybe for them, it's stress. They're not sleeping. Maybe they're looking in the mirror, they're feeling older, maybe they feel like they're running around all the time and they're overwhelmed, exhausted, they're living on sugar and chocolate and energy drinks and whatever. Because in this step for this formula, I have to be able to talk to that person. Now, if your person isn't going to relate to what it is you're saying, you're probably not going to do business with them anyway. Or even if they come into your business, they're probably going to leave because they're going to be like, he doesn't get me, she doesn't get me. So in the case of that avatar, knowing what those pain points are when I'm doing my presentation or my video, and I might say something like this, asking an engaging question. So how many of you are waking up exhausted? Show of hands. How many of you find yourself snacking on your kids' food when you're making dinner, even though you vowed you wouldn't, do that? How many of you look in the mirror in the morning and there's something just doesn't seem right? There's something about yourself that just you don't love anymore. Maybe you used to. So being able to relate to their pain, because what that person's going to say is, oh my gosh, he gets me, or oh my gosh, she gets me. Okay, then the second step of the formula What are other solutions that don't work? So in the case of this, I might say something like, okay, so girlfriend, you have tried every diet. You've lived on cabbage soup for a week. You joined the gym. You only went 3 times. You went to Pilates. You bought, you went to Lululemon. You spent like, hundreds of dollars on new outfits. You look at them feeling guilty. The treadmill in your bedroom has become a coat hanger. And, none of those things work. And in fact, you probably spent thousands of dollars doing things that don't work. So being able to identify what other things your avatar would have done that didn't work for them, that's the second step. Never name any other companies by name. That's just below the line, and don't ever do it. Don't ever shame other people. If that's who you are, don't be on this fan page, because that's not who I am. Never ever put someone down to make yourself look good. And I have seen that, especially for those of you in network marketing, direct sales, it is rife with that, where people put other people down to make themselves look better. Don't be that person. Companies do it too. They will shame other companies to make themselves look better. Don't. You can be descriptive, but don't name anyone by name. Okay? If you're with me, if you get that, just put a heart, smile. You get that. You understand. Don't be shaming to elevate yourself, but you can describe things that do not work. When I was years and years ago, I worked for the number one fitness company in the world. It was the largest one in the world. And on average, people bought a membership and went 3 times. That's it. If you can imagine. So when you're saying something like you bought a gym membership that you used 3 times, that's legit. And you're being able to say, okay, so here's how this is different. So what I do is I help people, I don't know, I don't want to name any product or service, but what I do, let's say I'm in the financial world. So what I do is help you break those patterns that caused you to get into debt in the first place. What I do is I help you look at the key points of your life where you've created some programs that aren't serving you, and we develop new programs. What I do is I put systems in place that are going to help you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that you aren't tempted to eat a pint of Ben and Jerry's anymore. So this is how you talk about what you do and why is it different. So always starting with the pain, always starting with relating to your avatar, and then bringing yourself into the equation. I see companies and individuals, and they will start talking about how great they are. How many of you are tired of that? You don't want to see one more video where it's like, oh, this is me. This is why I'm so great. This is what my company does, because you can't relate to that, right? Whatsoever. And that's why with the NLP Perfect Presentation Formula, you're not starting that way. You're starting with a person's pain. You're earning the right for them to trust you. You want that person within the first couple of minutes of seeing you to go, oh my gosh, I can relate to this individual because they understand what keeps me up at night. The fourth and final step is proof and evidence. So that might be statistics, it might be client testimonials, it might be clinical studies if you have those for whatever it is you do, but providing evidence. And you'd say something like this. So, you know what? You've tried things that don't work. You spent a lot of money. You're still frustrated. I get it. And, for me, one of my passions is to really help people succeed. In fact, it's not one of my passions. It's the number one passion. And, if you would like more information on that, you can just scroll below this video and see some of the testimonials from my clients who started just like you, and now they're making huge strides and a lot of success in their life. And I would love to connect with you. And always finish your video, always finish your Facebook Live with what we call a CTA. That's a call to action. And I'm going to give you I have nothing to offer you in this Facebook Live. This is pure value. My course, Organize Your Life for Entrepreneurs, registration's closed. You can't even get in. It starts Wednesday. Even if you were like, Susan, please, I really want to work with you. I want to do that. You can't. It's closed. So I have nothing to sell you, nothing to offer you, but I'll show you how a CTA looks. So guys, you know what? My number one goal in life is to provide amazing value. And my website, susansly.com, I have an insider newsletter that I write every single week, and it's only for subscribers. That's where I give my best tips. That's where I give you a real honest look into my life, the struggles and challenges I still have. I send out amazing coupons and offers, and only people who are on that list get that. I don't spam you. I only send it out once a week. So I would love you to head over to susansly.com, and I'd love to connect with you. That would be absolutely amazing. Do subscribe to that newsletter, and I promise you that those tips that I send out every week, they'll absolutely help you become more productive and lead a ridiculously fulfilling life. So always finish your video, whatever it is you're putting out, after you do your 4 steps, with a solid CTA. And the call to action could be a consulting session, it could be an ebook, it could be a free webinar, it could be whatever it is that you want to do, like this fan page, but always finish with something, because you don't want to leave people hanging. They're like, oh my gosh, I really like this person. I'm interested in what they have to say. And the only time they would connect with you is when you post on your page. No, always leave them with another opportunity to get to know more. So hopefully this has provided value for you. Again, I have nothing to offer you. So I just do this with such love and so much respect. It's really tough at times to be out there in the world, building a business, juggling life and family and 5 million things that you've got going on. So with that, God bless. Go out there and rock your day. And again, my website is susansly.com, and I will see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.